The following program contains the opinions of its host and guests, not those of this network. The opinions expressed are for non-commercial informational purposes only. Listeners are cautioned not to rely on program content to treat or prevent disease, but are advised to consult with a licensed healthcare professional where they live for diagnosis and treatment of disease.
And now, the superstar of alternative health and purveyor of medical truth, Dr. Joel Wallach.
Good afternoon and welcome. This is Nutritional Pharmacist Melissa Golloday, and I am a registered pharmacist with a passion for nutrition. And I know that if you give your body the best nutrition, your body, your divinely created body, will heal itself. I would love to talk to you today, and we have a line open. The number is 831-685-1080. So call in if you have questions about prescription medications or questions about nutrients and how they can heal your body. I have practiced pharmacy for 15 years working as a bench pharmacist. Pharmacists out there in the field these days can fill anywhere from 300 to 800 prescriptions a day. I found myself doing that often during my time as a pharmacist. Also have some background in hospital pharmacy and long-term care facilities. And I want you all to know that one of the things that I saw consistent, no matter what the practice site was, is the more medications you were on, the less healthier you were. I would see people decrease in their ability to accomplish basic life skills. I would see their vitality decrease, their mental function decrease. Overall, it wasn't a good situation for someone to be in. They would start taking one medication. Over time, I would see them graduate to another medication, etc. So it was disheartening. And luckily for me, I was able to get exposed to Dead Doctors Don't Lie early on in my career. And tying that in with what I had learned about physiology and biochemistry in college, I knew, hey, if you're taking nutrients and you're eating a healthy diet, you'll actually be able to reverse these diseases. So having a disease is optional based upon how you're nutriating and what you're eating. So the concept of let medicine be thy food, or you are what you eat, all of these things are very self-evident in how the body behaves and how you feel. So that's something for you out there listening to think about, is what you're eating, does it make you feel better? And a lot of times with the food industry, we'll find the chemicals that are in the foods actually are addictive. So initially you might say, yeah, I do feel better after I eat certain fast foods, or, I really want that soda, so I drink it. Over time, though, you'll find that most likely you get some sort of side effect from the food, and that's something for you to be paying attention to when you're making your food choices. So food, ideally, when you eat it, it's probably not going to make you feel too much of anything, but it's definitely not going to be affecting you negatively. So if you find yourself eating food and you actually get a little maybe high or energetic from it, that's something to think about, that you're probably either having an allergic response to it, or there's chemicals in there, believe it or not, that are meant to make you get high from them and actually get addicted. So the food industry itself designs food for you to become addicted to it. So these are things we need to think about as we're out there. I encourage all of you to, as you're traveling, to have portions of food with you. Apple's a great portable source of food, having nuts, walnuts, etc. in your car. So if you are tempted to stop at a fast food restaurant, you'll be able to reach down in your bag and have food that will sustain you. And that's what we want to think about, is are we eating foods that are actually helping us heal? And, longevity offers the 90 essential nutrients for life. We need these nutrients consistently throughout our life. We need them when we're gestating in utero. We need them throughout all the stages of our life. And so when we find ourselves confronted with a disease, that is a sign that our body does not have the nutrients on board that it needs to heal. It's really very simple. If we look at it just, if you don't have the nutrients you need, your body can't repair and regenerate in the way that it's meant to do. Your body already knows what to do with everything. When it gets the right nutrients, it sends them to the right place and accomplishes the goals it wants. So healing vasculature, clearing up rashes, headaches, etc. All of these things are remediable based upon what you're eating and if you're getting the proper nutrition. So one of the other challenges right now in this day and age is we are not getting the nutrients we need due to the farming techniques and the way we process our foods. Foods are heavily processed, stripped, and depleted of nutrients. And because of this, you even making healthy lifestyle choices or, investing in healthy foods, you may still not be getting the 90 essential nutrients that you need for life. Longevity provides the 90 essential nutrients. That's what it's all about. And once you start taking these products, you will see a huge turnaround in your health. I personally have seen this. I've seen people recover from reverse conditions, and it's been amazing to see what's happened in very short periods of time. I will say this, patients immediately start getting a lot more energy and clarity of thinking, and it's just a wonderful thing to be a part of, to see what longevity can do for people. So, again, I'd love to hear from you today. Our number is 831-685-1080. Again, that's 831-685-1080. And we're going to discuss anything you need. You have a disease, a particular disease you want to talk about. I'd love to discuss that with you. Also, if you're on certain medications, how those actually affect your body. Most of the medications we take, they interfere with a natural process that our body's meant to do, and they do not promote our long-term health. Medications stop the symptoms. They don't actually address any of the underlying concerns that are going on in your body. Versus nutrition, proper nutrition does do that. It addresses the underlying issues of what's going on in your body and allows your body to do its job. Your body's job is to repair and rebuild. So there's a myth out there in our culture that we're supposed to get old and we're supposed to start hurting and our bodies are supposed to break down, and that's not 100% accurate. Our bodies are designed to continue to, regenerate. And if our digestive tract's in good shape, and if we're not eating things that are assaulting our system, and if we're nutriating, we can live long, vibrant, healthy lives.
You're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host today, Nutritional Pharmacist Melissa Golloday, filling in for Dr. Wallach. If you'd like to talk to Melissa today, give us a call at 831-685-1080, toll free 888-379-2552. In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Longevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Longevity's JavaFit line of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America, carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. If you're interested in a smooth, delicious coffee but have concerns about caffeine, JavaFit offers our great original roast in a decaf, using the Royal Selected Water Decaf process filtered through charcoal, resulting in a 99.9% caffeine-free and 100% chemical-free, full-bodied gourmet coffee. Contact your local FDI Longevity distributor to get Javalution coffees. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hello, Judy DeVilbus here. If I could only afford to get one product out of everything, that product would be the Ultimate Classic. It has the vitamins, the minerals, the bioflavonoids. It even has grapeseed extract. The one product that would give you just about everything under the sun you would need for a perfect nutritional program would be the Ultimate Classic. By the way, people that are on the go, it's very, very hard to take the liquids with them when they go on their trip to get their supplements in every day. Well, you know something? You can use the Ultimate Daily tablets and the mineral capsules. When I'm going on a trip, if I have enough room, I just take the 2 bottles with me. If not, just use a little baggie and take a couple of daily doses with you. It's very simple. It's very easy. There's no mess, no fuss, no refrigeration. Just take your capsules, take your tablets, and you're finished for the day.
To order these products, call your local Longevity distributor today. We are back on Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host today, nutritional pharmacist Melissa Golloday, filling in for Dr. Joel Wallach. And if you do have questions today, call us between noon and 1 Pacific at 831-685-1080, toll free at 888-379-2552. Welcome back to the show, Melissa.
Thanks, Doug. It's great to be here today.
I thought we'd talk a bit about a story that I found on CBS News, and the story is about the impending Alzheimer's epidemic that they're predicting by mid-century. And this story is headlined, Best Food to Protect Your Aging Brain. They say the aging America means more cases of Alzheimer's. Experts predict the number of people with the condition will nearly triple by mid-century. There's growing evidence that there may be a way to reduce the risk of dementia. They say there's been a number of foods associated in studies with lower risks of Alzheimer's, including green leafy vegetables, blueberries, nuts and seeds, fatty fish, olive oil, lentils, legumes, and whole grains. According to registered dietitian Alyssa Rumsey, she says these foods all have different components in them that are either neuroprotective, which means they protect your brain, or otherwise give your brain fuel. She said these brain foods are also elements of the Mediterranean diet, including less red meat and processed foods. As a 9 out of 12 recent studies found a link between the Mediterranean-style diet and a reduced risk of Alzheimer's. More than 100 million adults worldwide are expected to develop some sort of dementia by mid-century. According to the Alzheimer's Association, they say that they elevated evidence and said it does point to a link between heart-healthy foods and lower risk of cognitive decline. A study published in 2015 in the Alzheimer's and Dementia Journal of the Alzheimer's Association analyzed diets of about 2,200 adults, suggested that eating just some of these good foods is better than none at all and may help reduce the risk of dementia. Most people who mostly consumed an unhealthy diet had about twice as much cognitive decline as those whose diets included a mix of the healthy and less healthy items over time. Another study from 2014 linked the consumption of more fried foods to an increased risk of Alzheimer's. They say along with following a healthy diet, the Alzheimer's Association recommends that other lifestyle guidelines to reduce the risk of dementia, including regular exercise, which may boost the oxygen flow to the brain, and staying mentally and socially active. And I would agree with all of those.
Me too, Doug. It's amazing what continued, even when we don't want to move, once we start doing that, it helps us so much. Moving the body works the brain, gets oxygen in the brain. And, I really encourage that. All of us need to, as we age, we need to continue to learn new tricks. It's really important.
Yeah, there's been a number of studies linked with, just keeping active, moving, walking, just trying to stay active throughout the day. It's so easy in our society these days with the advent of all this technology and video gaming and television and now, all the surfaces and iPads and iPhones and smartphones. And, I find myself, I didn't get a smartphone till just this past summer. And at first I just continued to treat it like my old phone, that it's just a phone. But as time went on, I find myself more and more addicted to the little tiny screen and spending a lot of hours sitting there playing games and looking at my contacts and sending text messages and all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's something that we really need to be cognizant of, that, I've tried to be in the habit of, I live in a small town that just about everything you could possibly want, whether it be from auto parts to a hardware store to grocery stores and other types of stores, that it's all within walking distance. And so I find what I'm trying to do nowadays is that on weekends, when I come home on Friday, I park my car and try not to drive it the whole weekend. And then if I need anything from a store, I just walk up to the store and get it myself and go on about my business.
That's great, Doug. That's a great plan. And it's so nice. I myself love to walk, and I did the same thing recently. I walked to the coffee shop instead of driving. And I live in a neighborhood, too, that allows me to, easy access on foot to everything I want. And you also meet people. That's another fun thing. You meet new neighbors, people you didn't know. So working on that social aspect that they were discussing too.
And you're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host today, Melissa Golloday, a nutritional pharmacist filling in for Dr. Joel Wallach. If you'd like to talk with us today, give us a call, 831-685-1080, toll free 888-379-2552. Many believe that all life began in the Earth's oceans. We do know that the oceans and seas are still abundant with life and life-sustaining nutrients. Many cultures have long believed in the life-giving properties of plants and sea life harvested from the oceans. Youngevity's Ocean's Gold is a proprietary blend of seaweeds, algae, mosses, kelp, sea cucumbers, and sea minerals, as well as coenzyme Q10, calcium, and iron, all designed to help support healthy thyroid function, regular heartbeat, normal weight, mood stabilization, and hormone levels. Take advantage of life-sustaining nutrients from the Earth's oceans with Youngevity's Ocean's Gold. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWork disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. And we are back on Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host today, nutritional pharmacist Melissa Golloday, filling in for Dr. Joel Wallach. And we did have a call drop off, so we do have some open lines right now. Give us a call toll-free, 888-379-2552. That's 888-379-2552. Lines open. Welcome back to the show, Melissa.
Thanks, Doug. Great to be here.
And what do you say we hit some calls?
Sounds good.
All right, let's head to Nebraska. And Dale, you're on with Melissa Golloday.
Hi, Dale.
Hi, Melissa. Hi, how are you today?
I'm pretty
I
good.
have
How
a
about
young
yourself?
lady. Great. I have a young lady who needs a lot of help. She's 38 years old, 5'7", 150 pounds. At 15 years old, she was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid, and she has been on Vioxx for 7 years until it was discontinued. She has a hyperthyroidism, thyroid, chronic anemia, H. pylon, candida with the thrush in the mouth and the back of the throat. She can't get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
She has skin problems. It looks like fungus growing. She has AFib. Her platelet count was high. Her hemoglobin chronically low, and her joints hurt constantly. She's got a lot of problems.
All right, Dale. Believe it or not, even though all of these are very separate problems, it really is just one. When you look at the big picture, it all makes sense to me that she would have all of these things. So what has happened is her body is really, it's been worn down through years of not nutriating, right, not getting nutrients in her diet, also eating things that aren't healthy for her. So what has happened, because of those two things, her system has gotten worn down, and she's developed a condition we refer to as leaky gut syndrome, which is very prevalent in our culture. So what happens then is things that aren't supposed to be leaking into her gut, out of her gut, start leaking into her bloodstream. When those things hit your bloodstream, your body mounts an immune response, and the body starts attacking itself because everything it sees, it's starting to see the stuff that's not supposed to be there. So, your body's constantly creating new defense mechanisms to fight against that, and over time, the body starts attacking itself. It's pretty much like imagine just a huge red alert, and the body goes into overdrive, and then it starts attacking itself. And so the skin issues that she's having, again, her body cannot fight what are real invaders. It can't determine anymore what's happening. So the rheumatoid arthritis is the body attacking itself. The fungal conditions, that's related to the fact that her digestive tract is completely out of whack. Like we just discussed, she has leaky gut syndrome, and that creates a whole host of bad chemistry in her gut. So she's developing, candida, and then the candida also assists in an indirect way, but, the fungal infections on her skin, all of that is related because her pH is way off, right? Her digestive tract is completely out of whack. So her entire system, if you look at it as a test tube, it's imbalanced. And the quickest way for her to get back online is what she's eating. And you definitely want to take a look at Doc Wallach's, the foods, the 10 bad food list. But I know for sure right off the bat, getting her to go gluten-free. Now, is that something both of you have discussed?
I have discussed it with the father, and she's tried to drop off of gluten, but she's not totally off from it. So I'm sure that's one of the main problems.
Yeah, so the gluten is contributing to, probably the sugary aspects contributing to the candida thrush issues too. So yeah, just hold the line and we'll reconnect on the other side of this break. Thank you.
You're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host today, Melissa Golloday, nutritional pharmacist, filling in for Dr. Joel Wallach. And we'll be right back after these messages. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there, in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need herbal rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Longevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables, and besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Longevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Longevity home-based business opportunities.
This is the ZBS Radio Network.
And we are back on Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with our host today, Melissa Golloday, nutritional pharmacist, filling in for Dr. Joel Wallach. If you do have questions today, call us toll-free, 888-379-2552, or on the priority line, 831-685-1080. Now let's head back to Melissa and Dale.
Hi, Dale. So did you have any questions about what we've talked about so far?
Yeah, I kind of understand. I'm just curious of what products we need to put this young lady on.
I would definitely get her started on a Healthy Body Start Pack right away. And that's going to give her the nutrition that is going to be needed for her to naturally start repairing and rebuilding. So that's really important. And you could add another one of our products. It's called Killer Biotic. And that is going to start, again, directly focusing on boosting the immune system, repairing the gut, and also attacking some of those candida issues. But definitely at the core level, just getting her started on a Healthy Body Start Pack is very important.
Okay.
And, again, committing to what we talked about, gluten-free, right? Huge, because there's so much sugar in gluten. That's helping the proliferation of the candida issues. So getting her off the gluten and off sugary foods, it's going to have a huge impact. It's going to be night and day. If you can get her to go gluten-free within a week, you're going to see results, and especially getting her on, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the essential fatty acids, you're going to see turnarounds really quick. So thanks, Dale. I'm really happy. And, of course, you can always reach out to me at melissa@nutritionalpharmacist.com. That's MELISSA @nutritionalpharmacist.com. And I would love to hear how this progresses for her, but you can always reach out to me with additional questions, too. So please feel free to do that.
Okay, let's head on to Pennsylvania. And, Tom, you're on with Melissa Golloday.
Oh, thank you
Welcome,
very much.
Tom.
Well, thank you, Melissa. Thank you for taking my call. I'm calling from Pennsylvania. I had a quick question here for you. My mother's 95. She was doing very well until just the last few weeks, and she started to experience some problems. She back in 2010, they diagnosed a slight heart blockage for her, but it never caused her any problems. And of course, as she's aging, apparently the blockage might be increasing. But at her age, they don't want to perform any surgery or do anything except give her some blood pressure medicine, and that's it. And I thought, well, there's got to be something natural that we can do to help her. just recently, she had some lower leg and feet swelling problems with fluid, and they gave her a water pill. She gets a little dizzy when she stands up, and she does use a walker now. And her eyesight sometimes feels a little fuzzy, too, and her blood pressure's up a little bit. And it all comes back to that, I'm sure, that little bit of blockage there. Is there any product or anything I can do to buy to give her now? I have her on CoQ10 right now, and I have her on the Ultimate EFA, but I don't have her on the Tangy Tangerine or any of that because she's at 95. She's kind of set in her ways what she'll take and what she won't do.
Right. Well, yeah, the best thing would be to get her on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0, and the reason is because that is going to give her the nutrition, the nutrients that she needs to rebuild. But you were discussing the vasculature and how she's getting those swollen ankles and the blurry vision. It's just around the edges these things are happening, but they're going to start accelerating. So if I was talking to somebody earlier today how to make Beyond Tangy Tangerine palatable for little kids. You could do this with her too. You could put a little bit of the powder and maybe turn it into a fizzy drink. But definitely getting her on that. That would be the best thing, Tom. Thank you.
And we're set to head to another commercial break. You're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host today, Melissa Golloday, a nutritional pharmacist filling in for Dr. Joel Wallach, and we'll be right back. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. 3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it, too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. And we are back on Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. And filling in for Dr. Joel Wallach today, we do have nutritional pharmacist Melissa Golloday. Welcome back to the show, Melissa.
Thanks, Doug.
All right, let's head on to Alabama. And Alice Faye, you're on with Melissa.
Hi, Alice.
Glad to talk to you today. We have a young man in our family, 6 years old, who was born with Dandy-Walker variant brain malformation. And he has a global developmental delay. He's very behind in his growth, speech, being able to communicate, talk, having behavioral problems, and communication problems. Have you got anything that can help this baby?
Well, how old is he again?
He's 6 years old. He weighs 40 pounds. He's 3 feet 9 inches. He also has poor eyesight, and the doctors are just beginning to put him on some human growth hormone.
Okay, great. And has he ever taken any of the longevity products in his lifetime?
No, he hasn't.
Okay. For someone in that situation, he was lacking a lot of nutrition when he was in utero, right? His mom just didn't have enough, and he didn't get to fully form. And so nutriating what you can, right? Giving him nutrients is going to make him the best that he can be.
Right.
So that's what I would, So I recommend getting him on the Healthy Body Start Packs and dosing it and just getting him on there. So do you think he'd be willing to take nutrition at that level? Is it something you see that he could,
I don't know.
Drink the Beyond?
I'm not around the family. They're kind of distant from me. So she's, at this point, the mother's just desperate for anything because he's not, he's hard getting, as he gets older, he's more and more hard to handle. And, of course, the doctors put him on all kinds of behavioral medications and things like that, and it only makes it worse. So she's...
Right, and that makes sense, yeah. And so, again, just focusing on the 90 essential nutrients, Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the 2.0 is my personal favorite, adding the EFAs, the ultimate EFAs, and just finding a way to get that in his diet. Whatever the mom can do to make that happen is what I know there's going to be some improvement. And at the same time, this is pretty challenging, right? This is something that we're not dealing with someone who was healthy and then got sick. We're dealing with someone who was born, sick, right? So how much improvement, is he going to catapult into, the growth that he's supposed, theoretically supposed to be at 8 or 6? Those things are not very likely. But what is likely is improving his quality of life right where he's at. Exactly. And the beyond, and the behavioral issues, things like that, those can be worked through too. So she's got her hands full. I know you do too. Obviously, you're committed to this and you want to help them out. I would also be looking at his diet and things such as gluten, huge stimulant. In addition to it being an allergen, it also causes, since it's an allergen, it causes a huge cascade of, behavioral challenges. And you'll see that a lot in some of the younger kids that have these types of challenges, not only the growth issues, but kids that have behavioral issues. A lot of times if the parents take the gluten out, they'll find the behavioral issues decrease. So I would, huge gluten issue for him, and also watching the sugars. So his diet has to be extremely focused on it being healthy. So lots of eggs, avocados, whole foods, getting the mom. See, this is it. You've got to educate the mom, right, because she's the one that's feeding him. So exposing her to ideas like slow cooking food, getting a slow cooker and making, chicken at home and putting that with vegetables, making soup, the whole educational project that just doesn't involve the son, because clearly everything has to be filtered through the mom.
Exactly. And she's willing to do anything. So at this point, because it's not getting better, I understand he only just maybe about a year ago realized he had a name and his mother was called Mom. So it is a big challenge for them.
Right, and Alice, it's great. It's beautiful that you want to help, and you are helping. And I know you're providing them with information and also expectations. They need to be realistic. So, he's going to be having behavioral challenges, for quite a while. And being at 6, like you said, that's a big, he's kind of slowly maturing. So having her have realistic expectations too. Not exactly sure where she's at. But Alice, you guys can always go ahead.
Alice Faye, something that Doc might recommend in the same type of a situation would be the Immortalium product to help stimulate stem cell growth. That might be advantageous as well.
Excellent. So that's another great recommendation. And Alice, that's something to think about. But you can always reach out to me directly, Melissa, Melissa, at nutritionalpharmacist.com. And I'd love to watch how this unfurls for everyone. And I wish you the best of luck. And, of course, the best of the luck to the family, too. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, let's head to Mississippi. And Dawn, you're on with Melissa Golloday.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing okay. I am 39 years old, and I have actually just recently, in the past month and a half, had a small stroke. I still have a lot of the symptoms on my right side as far as tingling, numbness. I don't have any paralysis. I'm very thankful for that. I was born with asthma, so I've been a severe asthmatic all my life. Back in November, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, which had never happened to me before. So from November till January, I had the stroke. I'm a single mom of 4, so my main goal is getting healthy and not having to worry about it happening again. After extreme amount of tests, they still could not tell me what caused it. So I need to know what I can do to take my health and be proactive about what I can do to get healthier and make sure I'm around for my children.
That's great, Dawn, and that's very noble and worthwhile, and you can do a lot. You can take a lot of your health back. The number one thing, the easiest thing, is to look at your diet, look at what you're eating. So, gluten, going gluten-free, getting rid of the gluten in your life. And the reason is because it causes inflammation in our gastrointestinal tract, and it also prohibits nutrients that we need from getting absorbed. So whatever nutrition you are getting through your food right now, gluten is prohibiting that from getting into your bloodstream and getting to the places it needs to be. So all of the conditions you just shared, the asthma, the high blood pressure, a lot of people will say, oh, well, I just got diagnosed with this and it never happened before. Well, that's normal because over time the body gets worn down because it doesn't have the nutrition that it needs and it can't do the regenerating. So we do develop conditions later in life. So for yourself, I would be looking at the Healthy Body Start Pack, the 2.0 is my personal favorite, and that's going to get you started on the 90 essential nutrients. That alone, and getting rid of the gluten and avoiding, the other bad foods that Doc recommends, but particularly the gluten, just commit to that initially. Just get it out of your life. You're going to be helping your kids, too. And it's also a huge lifestyle change. It's a huge, huge lifestyle change. But it can be done. And you're going to start taking the 90 essential nutrients. And what you're going to find is your high blood pressure is going to start regulating. You're going to start feeling a lot better. So good luck, Dawn. And please give us a call back and give us an update. God bless.
You're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host today, Melissa Golloday, a nutritional pharmacist filling in for Dr. Joel Wallach, and we'll be right back. The antioxidants found in many fruits and vegetables are known to help support and promote good health. Research has also shown that dark chocolate, once known as the food of the gods, is rich in healthy nutrients. In fact, dark chocolate is higher in antioxidant content than any other food. Youngevity has combined a proprietary blend of velvety rich dark chocolate with whole fruit pulp and whole fruit juice extracts from mangosteen, goji or wolfberry, acai berry, and cherry, along with vitamins and minerals, producing a smooth, rich, delectable concentrate called Cocogevity. It tastes so great, I sometimes drink it right out of the bottle or pour it over ice cream. Cocogevity is highly bioavailable, meaning your body will absorb and make use of all of these healthy nutrients. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hey, if you're like me, your life is hectic. You don't know where you're going to be next. Between kids and family and in-laws and work and traffic and everything else that's driving me crazy right now, my life is insane. I bet your life's insane as well. When do we have time to get every single nutrient we need to be healthy? When? Well, I've got a tip for you. Take a product called Pollen Burst. It's so simple, even I can do it. All you have to do is open the package, pour it in water, mix it up, and bam, you're ready to go. It tastes great. It's not one of those medicine-tasting things. It tastes great, low in calories, helps curb your appetite, gives you natural energy that doesn't let you crash, gives you your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, everything from the plant world. And I got to tell you, for a busy person like me or a busy person like you, we need simple, we need good. Pollen Burst is your answer. Tastes great. Try it, and you'll feel better.
Call your local longevity distributor to find out how Pollen Burst can make you feel better. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. And we are back on Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network, and filling in for Dr. Joel Wallach today, we do have nutritional pharmacist Melissa Golloday. Welcome back to the show, Melissa.
Thank you, Doug.
What do you say we head to Tennessee and talk to Georgia? You're on the air.
Hi,
hello.
Tennessee. Welcome.
How are you today?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. So I'm calling because I'm calling about my daughter. She's had these really weird things going on, and I've been trying to figure it out. We've gone doctor to doctor, and basically they can't figure it out. So I'll just give you like the list of symptoms. She's a healthy child. Regularly, we have never had any problems. And all of a sudden, she started with a headache and a stomach ache, and then her lungs started to hurt. What she calls lungs was like the diaphragm area, and then sometimes not being able to like breathe well. But she'd get these attacks. And it kind of then progressed to a vision loss. She didn't pass out, but she saw black. And then one morning she wakes up and she's like, Mom, I can't see and I can't walk. And so the seeing subsides, we took her to the hospital, and they ran a bunch of tests on her, and everything came out normal. So we went to the chiropractor. He adjusted her. The next day she could walk on her right side, but couldn't walk on her left side, and that took about a week to subside. So, and then she's gone and nothing is in order. She has her head hurting, her stomach hurting, her lungs hurting, or one or all three, or her legs hurt. She doesn't have any tingling when her feet come and go. She either doesn't feel them or they hurt, and she can't step on them. When she had a couple of times some of these all together, then she couldn't breathe, and she's like, Mom, I can't breathe because my lungs are stinging. So, and they were trying to convince me she's having a panic attack, but her panic would come after when she couldn't breathe. So there was a couple of times where she couldn't swallow. One time she couldn't swallow and could not see for 2 hours, and within a half an hour after that, it all came back fine. This last round, she couldn't walk for 2.5 weeks.
Tennessee, how old is she?
10 years old. She's 10.
And yeah, so, a lot of this, if you're not breathing properly, it's going to make sense that over time you're probably not going to be seeing properly, right? There's not oxygen getting to places it needs to get. So, you started out, it was a headache, the stomach ache, the diaphragm, right? And it sounds like she's developing some patterns where she's not properly oxygenating. There's a lot of, it sounds like anxiety. And she's at that age where a lot of younger people, they kind of go through that. So,
and we've gone through like a lot of, sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, we've gone through a lot of those symptoms. They're not always consistent. So I understand, like, when the breathing stuff happens, right? But when she complains about her lung area hurting, she's not complaining about her breathing at the time. So,
right, but has she been going through a lot of things? Has there been stuff going on for her that's outside of just her health challenges? Anything else, like school-related?
In the very beginning, I will tell you, school has been intense. They had so much homework, this whole Common Core stuff. She was having school, school's normal, no problem bullying, nothing there. She, in the beginning, wasn't as compatible with the teacher. We dealt with that. That's out of the picture. They had lots of homework every night, like 3-4 hours of homework every single night, almost no weekend when school started. We've taken a lot of that away from her, so that stuff is all gone. She's very smart, she's very bright, she's hard on herself. We took all of that away. It's like, we don't care if you get an A, don't worry about an A, just do your best, don't stress out about it. So we've taken a lot of the stress factors out, but things are just not as consistent. And we did finally go to, we went to Vanderbilt. She's had an EKG, an EEG, an MRI of the brain, CAT scan of the brain, endoscopy, and colonoscopy with biopsy. All that came fine.
Right. Do you know, Tennessee, do you know what makes me happy about your story is that they're not finding anything. Because if they were finding things, they'd be operating on her. And that's a blessing. So in a way, I think this is a moment to be grateful that they're not finding things that they can do to her. Because those, removing parts of her body would be, or operating, exploratory surgery, et cetera, those are going to cause more damage, right? It's going to be more trauma associated. So, why don't you send me an email? I'd be grateful if you did that. It's Melissa at nutritionalpharmacist.com. That's MELISSA at nutritionalpharmacist.com. And we can continue this conversation. And Tennessee, feel free to call back in too. Thank you so much for calling in. And I know we're wrapping up the show. So thank you. God bless.
And that's it for today. And thank you, Melissa, for filling in for Dr. Wallach. You're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. And as Doc would say, God bless America, God bless our troops, and God bless our Navy SEALs.